The thing with Kanye is we don't really know what was in his mind. Some people are saying there's a conspiracy theory that he did it on purpose to get out of his contracts. I say even his bank said, take your money out. I want nothing to do with you. It becomes something that could be a domino effect where people don't want to be associated with you anymore. Welcome to the 200% Life podcast. We are back. We're back. It is the middle of fall. This is amazing. But don't forget, before we get started, to rate, subscribe, comment, put some stars, share it to your friends, to your mother, to your aunt, put it on your TV, put it at your parties as the holiday season comes. Just put me up there somewhere. Okay, the more we get the word, the better. But do it. Thank you so much for your support over the last, actually going on 6-7 months, I think. I don't know, something like that, something crazy like that. But let's get to today's topic. And today's topic, super trending topic on everywhere, all the channels on Google, everywhere. Kanye. Harder, better, faster, stronger. And my favorite.
We at war.
Let's go. So let's talk about Kanye. Oh my goodness, this guy going batshit crazy. I don't know, guys, but he's gone. It's just the last few months has been insane for Mr. West here, for Ye. Just crazy to see this unfolding in front of us, right? So, although, depending on, it's a love-hate subject. Some people love Kanye, some people don't. Some people are now not fans, some are fans. Whatever your status is, I'm not really going to talk about that. I just want to dissect a little bit everything that just has happened over the last couple of weeks here. We're running here into the first week of November, and he's had an eventful week and a half, and by no means at all, okay, am I encouraging any of his behavior. Obviously, there's none of that. I just want to kind of dissect a little bit to kind of, put an analogy in place for all my entrepreneurs, my business owners, just everybody who's just out there hustling, as that's my audience, right? But literally right now, over the last couple of weeks, the tipping point, the last drop to the bucket was Kanye saying some crazy racist comments. And again, not condoning or encouraging any of that, because I believe that's completely wrong. Okay, love and harmony to everybody. Let's learn to love each other. But the thing is to understand is that what has those comments, the racist comments towards the Jews have done for him over now the last week, okay? Because dealing with big corporations and big partnerships as he was, they don't take those things lightly, okay? Nobody wants to be associated with somebody that is not bringing an image to that corporation, that image that they don't want to be given, right? Or be associated with. So, hey, listen, that happened, and within days, his biggest partnerships like Adidas, Gap, Balenciaga, for God's sakes, even his bank said, take your money out. I want nothing to do with you. JP Morgan Chase did. It brings to the point where, what was going through his mind, number one. I'm sure there's a lot of questions. And we can't, obviously, he's a celebrity. We cannot help but to see this unfolding before our eyes and having every news outlet and social media cover it, which, by the way, he was banned from certain social medias. Meta, banned him from posting anything. He went on Twitter and said some of these things. But you know what I mean? It's just a domino effect on what one decision, his latest decision, has created. So he's been in a string of obviously his relationship with Kim Kardashian, his family, all that stuff has been a public thing on the public eye over the last few months. And now it's just kind of like in the place where now it was like kind of like the last drop to the bucket, where now he has lost some of the biggest, or all the biggest partnerships he had for him. Billions upon billions of dollars. Forbes reported he's no longer a billionaire. He still has a lot of money, obviously. But in essence of when we bring this now to an everyday life situation, for whatever reasons he did this, obviously he's got a lot in his mind, very creative, talented, etc. But I think a lot of emotion happened during these times. And when we're in business and in life, it's very, very important to differentiate certain things. Although we make a harsh decision and we're not a celebrity, or we're not celebrities, we're not going to have the public eye seeing it. But it becomes something that could be a domino effect where people don't want to be associated with you anymore. People don't want to do business with you anymore because of certain things, or they, the beliefs are so outside of what a corporation or a relationship wants from one another, then they want to break ties. In essence, in business, when we bring it, we cannot let certain emotions take over making certain decisions. And I think everybody has sometime been, especially if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, been stuck in a situation where your emotions got the best of you, and maybe you said something or did something that caused you a relationship, business relationship, caused you a deal, caused you a company, caused you employees, caused you, a partnership in a certain entity or organization. And to the fact that you might have regretted saying those things or done those things, okay? The thing with Kanye is we don't really know what was in his mind. Some people are saying there's a conspiracy theory that he did it on purpose to get out of his contracts. Some people are saying, he's a mastermind. He's so talented that he felt constrained with a lot of this corporations just guiding what his products. Because keep in mind, Kanye first is also is an entertainer, but he's also into the fashion industry, right? So his creative mind, maybe people are saying that he was restrained from doing certain things, his creativity, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that maybe he did all this to get out of those contracts. Nobody knows, and nobody will ever know unless he actually tells us that that's exactly what he did. But there's different things that once we study what just happened, we can learn from. And that's really what it is, learn from others' mistakes. If there's, depending on what your perspective is, was this a mistake? Was this on purpose? But end of day, only us can determine, or only you can determine what consequences, what repercussions, what backlash you're going to experience if you make a decision, a rash decision, whether you decided to do it intentionally or not intentionally, but maybe you let your emotions get the best of you, okay? Or your certain views get the best of you, and now you just said something you can't take back, right? That's really where only you can determine what is the loss, what are the damages, and what calculations you did were right or wrong, okay? Because maybe you said something and said, okay, it's gonna maybe cause me this much harm or this much damage, but it's okay, I'll survive from it. But maybe it caused you double or triple that damage, and now you can't get out of it, right? So before you make those decisions or those harsh decisions based on whatever it is, on people, emotions, entities, organizations, think twice what that consequence or what those damages are gonna do to you, what those damages are gonna do to your business, to your personal life, to your relationship. And once you decide that, then you act, right? And hopefully, I really, really, really hope that whatever measurement you have done to react or do that decision does end up how you are planning to be, okay? And if it's not, you must prepare for the worst, right? Always prepare for the worst. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst is everything that I want to tell you to do when these things happen, okay? So, do we know his intentions? Do we know if he, planned for this? Do we know if it was a 2-second decision while he was on air, while he was on that interview he made? Do we know any of that? We actually don't. So we're just seeing the consequence of what happened according to those actions. And obviously, again, I'm not by any means encouraging any of his, because I really think what he said was really, really wrong. Okay, really racist, really wrong. And that's not my views at all. Okay, so let's not get that twisted. Okay. But what I'm studying is learning from other people's mistakes and understanding how to measure every single decision that you make, okay? And only you know what that decision is going to cost you, okay? And hopefully you measure that correctly. Now, going back to Kanye, we don't know what's going to happen. Statistically or documented wise, this is what's part of this conspiracy theory, right? His non-competes and a couple of the things for, I believe, Gap and Adidas expired both in December of this year. I believe it was December 16th of this year to be exact. So if they were held and his creativity was held back because, you know, he wasn't getting like the result that he wanted in that partnership and he wants to get out, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if in December and January we see some new products coming out from him where maybe now he's not going to be so restrained or so hindered to flow with his own ideas. Maybe now he wants to do something bigger. Who knows? We don't know, and only time is going to tell, etc. And his faithful followers are still with him because I've seen plenty of comments and plenty of videos and plenty of stuff that I've seen, but that doesn't change that decision that was made. And that decision that was made is documented. People know about it, obviously, because he's a celebrity. Decisions that we make might not be that much in the public eye, but people will remember a harsh decision like that. And I just hope that what you pick up from this episode is that measure all those decisions as lightly and also as harsh as they might be, so you understand that there are consequences, could be damages, there are certain things that you can burn bridges. Okay, I've never been the one to burn bridges, so do things in order to make sure that you measure those things correctly. What do you guys think? I want to hear from you. Put in the comments below. Do you think Kanye did this on purpose? Do you think that it was a harsh decision? Maybe he acted on emotions. I want to hear what your thoughts are about it. So please comment below. I will leave you with that. Again, 200% Life Podcast. See you next time.